things are trending in a positive direction. I certainly would not be foolish enough to sit here and tell you that because it's impossible to really know these things. I won't tell you that he's going to replicate or better C.J. Stroud's rookie season from a year ago. I won't tell you he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. It'd be crazy to do all that before a guy takes a snap in the NFL. But that doesn't mean that you have to like be any less excited about the prospects of Caleb Williams and the prospects of where this team is going and can they be a playoff team? I mean, you haven't held back. You think 11 wins for this team.
Yep.
That's a playoff team.
It normally is, yes.
I mean, you're getting to 11, you're winning a playoff.
There has been 11-5 team that has missed the playoffs in the past.
Yeah. But that's pretty rare, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, if you go 11, you're 11-6.
11-6.
It is a rarity, but it has happened.
In the NFC, it sure feels like that's going to be a playoff team. So if they reach the expectation that you believe is there in front of them, like it's attainable, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is a playoff team. So I think it's okay to be like totally on board with the new direction of this team and be totally on board with Caleb Williams without saying, yeah, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. Okay, that's a little crazy. You don't have to go from A to Z like that, but it's okay to be excited. It's okay to be enthusiastic. And while it's just preseason, nothing he's done is really, I think, done anything to tamp that down, which is a good thing. I mean, we should be excited about the prospects of this season.
Yeah, I mean, you could talk about making a great recipe and everything, but until you get all the ingredients together and you go about the business, you can't really tell me how great it's going to be. At that point, then you got to taste it, see how great it's going to be. You've got to let this process play out. Nobody knows how good he's going to be until he gets to be that good. So while we can all sit and talk about it, we can talk about all these victories, and we can talk about this, we can talk about that, it is up to the young man. And it's up to his maturity and his maturation process that's going to happen. And it started in training camp. It started with the first time he took a snap, and it's going to continue on over the course of the year. And there'll be some setbacks. You know, you'll climb 4 steps, you'll fall back 2, you're going to climb. And eventually we're going to see, again, when this schedule gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
And it will, once you start playing your division opponents, when it gets tough and the great teams win in the later months, that's when they make charges.
That's true.
We're going to see exactly what this kid is going to be all about. And I'll be as patient as I was with Mitch, as patient as I was with Justin Fields. You will not have knee-jerk reactions, but you will have an honest assessment with the knowledge that he's going to get better and he's going to get better. And the more experience he has, he's going to be better. That's just the way it is.
From week 11 on, there really are no gimmies on this schedule. And I tend to listen, you guys always say it. There are no gimmies. There are no easy games, right? Like winning games in this league is hard, but there really are no gimmies week 11 on. When the division slate starts, you've got all those division games, plus a trip to San Francisco, Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. A game on a short week against Seattle, albeit that'll be a home game after Christmas, and you think maybe that benefits the Bears, just the travel portion of it, the Bears having the advantage of staying home and Seattle having to travel on a holiday week and everything like that too. What could be a potential weather game at Soldier Field on Thursday, December 22nd. But that's it, Jurk. It's all division games with the 49ers and the Seahawks sprinkled in. There are no layups. There are no gimmies.
Put this down.
Okay, here, I got a pen.
This is my prediction for how the Bears get to 11.
Okay.
You ready?
Hold on. I'm going to write this where I can save it too.
6-2 at home.
6-2.
Now, I'm not going to give you the specifics, which ones are going to win, which ones are going to lose. I just know they're going to go 6-2 at home. 1-0 in their neutral site game.
Okay, that's the Jacksonville game in London.
And 4-4 at home on the road. 8 games on the road.
7-11. That is 11-6.
6-2, 4-4, 1-0. That is your recipe.
That's 11-6.
That's your recipe for 11 victories right there. It's not complicated. Now, I'm not going to the schedule and I'm not going win, loss, win. No. Good teams win their home games. 6-2. If they go 7-1, they give themselves the luxury of not going 4-4 on the road, then go 3-5 on the road and still get to where they have to be, I hope. But they've got to go 1-0 in London. They've got to win that game against Jacksonville in London.
I always I listen to everything you say about your experiences playing in this league and knowing the ebbs and flows of it, like how teams view themselves and what how you start to sort of measure yourself against expectation. But just your point about winning at home, and like if you're going to take that next step, you look at a team like Houston. The Bears go to Houston in week 2. You know what Houston's record was at home last year?
7-1,
7-3 with the playoff win. You're 7-3.
Okay,
but that's good. That's what you want, right?
6-3 at home. Yeah,
that's what you want.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You've got to be able to win at home.
That's what you want. 700 winning percentage at home.
Your place has to be a tough place to go in.
Exactly.
And naturally, when you go on the road, it's not as great of an advantage as it was in the past, the home field advantage. I think you've talked about that.
It has shrunk.
It has shrunk a little bit. Not as great as it used to be, but still playing at home is an advantage.
Yes.
And not against spread. I'm just talking about straight up winners.
Yes.
That's all you need to be. You're not playing against the spread when you're in the NFL.
And the books still bake in an advantage. It's not like the old 3 like it used to be. It's come down a little, but they bake in an advantage because of that. There is an advantage. All things being equal, there is and if everything is equal on a neutral, if that's the scenario, they will automatically bake in some points for the home team.
You're on that right now. So go to your best teams that you had last year, teams that were in the playoffs.
Just playoff teams last year?
Well, no, just take a look at playoff teams and tell me what their home road split is, and you're probably going to see that disparity.
Buffalo.
You're gonna see that. Yeah.
Playoff team.
Yeah.
7-2 at home.
Yeah. On the road?
4-4.
Thank you.
Miami, playoff team, 7-2 at home, 4-4 on the road.
Thank you.
The Ravens, 6-3 at home, 7-1 on the road. A little bit of an outlier.
That's the rarity. That's the outlier.
A little bit of an outlier. Cleveland, Jurko, 8-1 at home, 3-5 on the road.
There you go.
Playoff team. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh, playoff team. They were a weird team anyway, but 5-4 at home, 5-3 on the road. Yeah. They were kind of a goofy team. The Texans, I mentioned to you, 6-3. They won that 7th playoff game at home. They finished 7-3, but 6-3 at home, 4-4 on the road. Playoff team. Kansas City, 5-4 at home, 6-2 on the road. So again, maybe a little bit more of the outlier, but they were better on the road.
I mean, they're getting Detroit at home.
That's true.
Their games at home are tough games at home because they're getting first place teams from everywhere.
Cowboys, 8-0 at home.
Yeah.
Ran the table. Lost a playoff game in very Cowboys fashion at home, but ran the table. What did that make them on the road last year, Jurko? 4-5.
4-5.
Eagles, disappointing season, obviously, in the back half. Still went 6-2 at home and made the playoffs, 5-4 on the road. Lions, 6-2 at home, 6-3 on the road. Packers, 5-3 at home, a losing record on the road. Tampa won a crappy division, 4-4 at home, 5-4 away. And then San Francisco was a 5-3 home team, 7-2 on the road.
But you also see like the teams that are kind of the weird, the oddity. They're not the strongest teams in the world. They're trying to figure out how to become strong. You win at home. Yeah. You split on the road. That's what you go. And there's the anatomy to an 11-win season. Not that complicated, is it?
Jurko just laid it out.
There it is. It's not that complicated. Soldier Field, where my man Adam Abdallah and Chris Blick, compliments on the B from what I'm heard. They go over to the lakefront all the time for these games. And you know what they're looking for?
What?
Victories. They just want to win at home. And that's what you have to do.
Beer. Yeah.
You've got to win at home. And that's what the Bears need to do this year. And that's what Eberflus has to do. That place has to be a hostile environment for teams coming. The hell with Bear weather. Okay? The hell with Bear weather.
Yeah.
Not wait until it gets cold to start dominating teams. You got to dominate teams from the jump. You got to come with heat. You got to come with the funk. You got to come with the defensive pressure. That little guy with his little spidey webs all over the place. I need it all.
Apparently,
I need to see it all.
That little guy with the spidey webs apparently was a menace at practice again yesterday. Like he's making up for lost time because he was hurt. Kyler Gordon, I guess, was everywhere again yesterday.
Well, 3 tutties yesterday for Keenan Allen. I didn't know if you saw that.
I did see that. I saw it was another
day.
Again, they were in shells, so it's but I saw it was another kind of like up and down day. There were some highlights from Caleb. There were some bad throws, which is like emblematic of a rookie, I suppose. Like it's nothing to get overly worried about. I guess I would ask people that were not maybe in the camp of, yes, draft Caleb and pivot, like if they've changed their tune at all. And maybe they're saying, no, not one bit, because he hasn't taken a regular season snap. And I understand that. I mean, you could call and make that argument, but have you changed your tune at all? Everything you've seen, everything you've heard about just the way he handles himself, what his teammates, what the other people in the building are saying about him. Are you changing your tune at all?
It's like judging a marathon in the first mile.
I know.
How do I do it?
It's hard.
How do I judge the marathon?
What a fast first mile.
There's some Kenyans.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Do you know what I'm saying? But I need to see more. It's hard to sit there and provide an analysis. Are you pleasantly surprised? It's the only thing you can do.
Right.
None of this counts.
I know.
I'm glad he's playing. I'm glad he's getting the experience. Come Friday morning, we're going to wake up and everybody's going to be 0-0.
That's true.
Period. 0-0. Now I'm trying to figure out whether McCaffrey's going to be healthy enough to play in the beginning of the season.
I don't know. That's a good
Guy's
question.
killing me. What did he do? Bruise a toe? What happened? He's got a fingernail? What's going on?
I don't know. McCaffrey's got, what is holding? You see the news today? Tyreek Hill's got a brace on his hand?
Oh, boy.
At Miami practice?
More of my guys banged up.
And what is the element that's kept McCaffrey out? I'm trying to think right now. I can't think of what's kept him out of practice.
The heel? He's got a bone spur?
I don't remember.
He's got something going on. Either way, he's not playing.
You know, you think.
Same thing with Jahmyr Gibbs, not playing. Boy, I tell you.
Hold on one second.
If they're on my fantasy team, guys.
Oh, these are all like your dynasty
my
guys?
Dynasty guys. Yeah, my dynasty guys. Oh, a hammy? Great.
Is it a hammy? Is that what it is? Yeah.
It's going to linger all year.
Always scary. So if you've changed your tune at all, let us know. 312-332-3776. You can ring us up. I want to play some Shane Waldron sound from yesterday. The OC met the media, talked about the ebb and flow of the game Saturday against the Bengals at Soldier. We're going to give that a spin. Got some Tom Brady stuff to play later. Look, Brady's going to be in the booth. So far, he's showing a willingness to be critical. A little bit of it seems Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn, but maybe he's got a point. At every turn, he's kind of telling you what he doesn't like about the league. But a lot of this is ramping up to Brady's debut in the booth this season. We'll play some of that. If you want to join us at any point, you can to talk Bears, NFL, anything you want. 312-332-3776. Tom Thayer will join us at 1. It's Carmen